All right. Beisel Bros, episode 7. Special guest Sean, handicapper of the year in Edmonton 2019.
You won a big one last year. Didn't you win like 15 grand last year? Or was that 2 years ago now?
No, it was last year, 14,000 off $5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I cashed out. It was supposed to pay 60, but luckily I cashed out for 14.
Oh, yeah. Who killed?
Hold on, you cashed and
Yeah, so I didn't. It was funny because I hadn't looked at my phone all morning, which typically I wouldn't do. Like I would look at my phone, and I went out to the garage and looked at my phone. I was like, "Yeah, this got to be wrong." Cash out 14,000. I only had 4 legs left out of like 22, I think, which is crazy. But the 4 legs were Eagles up at half, and that was the game they played Jacksonville, the famous Saquon hurdle.
oh yeah.
So Eagles up at half. Just by a point, and then 6.5 game, and then the Sunday nighter is Vikings Colts. I had Vikings up at half, 6.5 game. Eagles were up at half already, so that's when it was off for me 14, and then Eagles went up I think 17, and so I was like, ah, damn, I shouldn't have cashed out. But then they got backdoored, so I was like, thank God.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Yeah, it was. Hey, I was happy with it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's like a full season worth of profit right there, right? So yeah, I love that. 5 to 60K is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a $2 parlay as a joke last year, paid 12 G's, and the Yankees losing the Dodgers was the last leg, and they lost, obviously. So, but it was plus, like, you couldn't even see the number on the screen. It was like, because I'd Shoffley to win the British Open, McDavid to win the Conn Smythe, Ohio State to win the national championship in college football, and then I had the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. And that was in there because, like, I mean, Shoffley's plus 2,000, right? And then I think McDavid's plus 600, and a bunch of crazy shit like that. So
who's the greatest number 7 of all time? Quickly.
Well, I think you have to go by sport. If I just think about the NFL real quickly, it's the only one pops in my head besides Bijan is Elway.
Yeah. Then
you go to hockey. I'm going to think of somebody like Paul Coffey. Baseball, I'm not going to even number, and same with basketball. So I'm going to go with Coffey and Elway right now off the top of my head without thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking Keith Kachuk for me on Phoenix. So
Walt.
There you go.
I was going to say Vic. Yeah, I love Vic more than anything.
Yeah.
I think he's the most talented player in the history of the NFL.
We're all dog lovers here. Don't worry.
Yeah. With no dogs involved. Like, seriously, man, like, if that guy was actually implementing a good system with a good, like remember when he came out of jail with Andy and all the talent he had? He was fucking unreal. Think of that when he was like 22, 23, right? But, I mean, football's so systematic. That's the whole point about it, right? So, yeah.
We're going Vic, Coffey, Kachuk.
I mean, this one's tough. I mean, the first one that popped in my head was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, shit.
CR7, that's fair.
Just from an old world standpoint.
No, yeah, like that's...
Yeah, I didn't even. I wasn't even going to soccer. I was going to the Big Four.
Brainwashed because my kids love them, so it's kind of.
No, we're glad you're on the show.
I was going to say Trayvon Diggs, but
I'm not kidding. I was going to say, yeah, you were going to say that. No, good thing you're on the show. It completely fucking took away our fuck up there. So yeah, it's Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo by a mile. I think we've had the CR7 hat on this show. Yeah, we have. Right? We've worn a CR7 hat on this show. Yeah, it's
the one I was going to say, which I actually looked up yesterday, which is very interesting, was Tim Horton. He was number 7.
Ooh,
I never would have come up with.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty good maple dips over there, right? So yeah. Yeah, man. That's my golf pregame, man. A French vanilla maple dip and a farmer's wrap. You have to take like a massive shit like as soon as you get there, but you always shoot 70, 90 days. So
whatever it takes.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right. Well, we're about to start another Thursday night football here. We have the Steelers and the Browns.
Yeah.
We have perhaps someone told me yesterday this was called the Icy Hot Bowl. Mm-hmm. We have 2 quarterbacks north of 40. Is this not the first time we've ever seen this?
No, it popped up today. The oldest matchup was Brady versus Breeze. This is the second oldest matchup.
Brady and Breeze.
How old were they when that happened?
I didn't look, but I think Brady was with the Bucks, so he would have been 41 or 42.
Okay, yeah.
Breeze, I guess, was he even 40?
He probably right
his
the
combined
end.
age,
Yeah.
like so. I'm not sure.
Well, anything with Brady's going to be the oldest, though, right? Like, you got to think, well, when did he retire? 45, 46? Like, he was like ridiculously old, right?
Yeah.
So the old Google says right off the top here, I don't know why they don't know, but they're like Brady was 43 or 44 and Breeze was 42 or 43. So I'm not sure why Google's like only giving me half an answer here, but somewhere around there.
Okay, perfect.
The best one was, I think it was the next four all involved Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah.
It's like he just played forever.
Man, who was that punter that just like fucking slung it around that one? Yeah.
The jacked up dude.
Tupa? Was it, who's the guy that threw like 2 touchdowns?
Morstead's not young.
No. Okay.
Tommy Tupa? Tony Tupa?
This is like,
Who was it? Was some guy in the
hey, Rick
dude? There was some guy in the Jets. I remember watching this game. He probably played quarterback or something in high school or whatever the hell. And he actually threw 2 touchdown passes.
He was like 13 for 16 for like 100.
Yeah, you got to look this up, Rick. It was fucking unreal. I watched the
Oh,
highlights.
so he was like the emergency.
Yeah, he was like dissecting.
Wow.
Oldest punter in the NFL. Oh, that says this year. Morstead. Who's the oldest punter? Landetta. That's the Eagles. We're going back to 2001.
Sean Landon.
Rick, can you look up who the guy was?
Yeah, it was some guy in the Jets.
Throws 2 TDs.
Yeah.
Very famous game.
Brian Mormon? Was he a punter?
No, he was fast though, man.
Sean Taylor lit him up.
Yeah, in the Pro Bowl, yeah.
Oh, well, I definitely remember that. Hit.
Yes.
That's when they got paid big money to win the Pro Bowl.
Yes, totally, yeah. Way more incentive.
Yeah.
Tom Tupa threw 2 TDs,
Yeah.
was 6 for 11, although for 160, they talked down like 165 yards for a quarterback is bad. Yeah.
And he was their punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Did you guys
Emergency
remember
QB.
that quarterback? I can't remember where he played. The game was in Denver. It was probably, oh man, my timelines are so off, but it was maybe within the last 10 years, and they had to start this kid. He was like a receiver in college. It was an NFL. It was like, I want to say it was the Saints. He seriously threw for 0 yards. Do you remember
I know
that
exactly
game?
which one you're talking about.
I think it was Denver. It's recent.
I want to say he was light-skinned black guy, right?
Yeah.
Is this ringing bells for you
It
guys?
is, because I remember his stat line, and he did start the game.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
It was he was a black guy.
Yeah.
He was a receiver, and he like it was like what would be like watching me play quarterback.
Yeah. So the
It was
fact,
bad,
the fact that Tom Tupa came out as he's been a punter for years and just slung it like that, man.
Yeah. And that was probably
Rick, can you look that up too?
Yeah. What am I looking up this time?
Yeah. Okay. So there was this kid. It was within the last 10 years. It was in Denver. I remembered he played quarterback one game. He was like a receiver in college, but he like literally started at quarterback.
and the spread in the game
Was like 17 or something. Like
What was his name?
Nobody, man. This is like digging up.
I
Yeah.
vividly remember watching
You
that
know
game,
what
and
I-
it was
yeah.
hard to watch.
yeah. Like they could. I don't even know if they got a first
I
down.
don't think so.
And you would have thought maybe they could have used his legs, right? Because he's a receiver, right? He was
I want to
fast.
say Johnson, but it wasn't.
Brad?
No.
What game was this? So I got
No.
QB throws for 0 yards and they gave me way too many answers.
Oh,
It was
shit.
probably it was definitely in the last 10 years.
Okay, he didn't throw for 0. I think he had a completion or two, a couple completions.
No, but he was like worse than a Randall. Like
We got to fire that mic back and forth, boys. We'll find another one for tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever.
I
Okay.
promise you.
I think it's, oh man, it's just too tough, man. That's like, there's like digging like deep in the archives here. Like,
It's going to be 11:30. You're going to be eating a grilled cheese sandwich and it's going to pop in your head and going to piss you off.
on the next show, we'll have to bring that up and find out who that guy was. Cause it's going to take actually digging to find who this guy was.
Yeah,
And you guys, while we're fucking talking, you guys can think about it, but I can't think of this guy's name, man. But yeah, we'll come back to that. Cause like that was a crazy game, man. I remember just taking Denver's D in DraftKings, and this is the greatest shit of all time. So,
well, hopefully tonight we're not going to have to witness anything like that. It is a Thursday tradition to have a bit of a shitty game. I think we've seen a handful, maybe at most, of games where you're like a Thursday, you're like, that was dope. That was awesome. And then we've seen more than, 3 or 4 handfuls where you're just like, oh, why are we playing on Thursdays? This is terrible. What do we think we're getting from tonight?
honestly, man, like I think I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't matter if like the Bucks and the Bucks are good now, but the Bucks used to play the Titans all the time. They're both fucking shit baller teams. I fucking love these games, man. Like I love a total where it's 39.5, 2 shit fucking quarterbacks. They're both passing, or it's 180. Like it's because it's such a good gambling opportunity. And that's ultimately what this show is about. Like we just want to find good opportunities to be crackheads and crack out in these bets. Right?
So when you see this low total though, what are we looking at?
Well, I mean, it opened at 42. Now it's 45. So everybody thinks this game's going like sailing over, which is very interesting to me. Usually I'd pound the under in this situation. I don't have an opinion, but I do. I mean, we're going to talk about the underdog parlay of the day right now. I'll start it off. And I think Joe Flacco for sure gets picked tonight. Again, they're like almost a touchdown dog. And, I think he's thrown 40. I think he threw 40 passes. Well, he threw 40 passes last game. They're a big dog in that game. I think Pittsburgh's a really good team. I think he's going to throw probably 40 times. Another interesting prop that I have to mention before I pass this to Randy is Chase Brown's rushing attempts, 13.5, all 99% of the money's on the under, and it's now minus 150 on 365. They're not even changing it to 12.5. And I was trying to justify why he would carry the ball 14 times. I cannot justify it. I hate betting with the public, but all the like deep statistics show that the Bengals aren't gonna be able to run the ball in this game. So it's tough. I'm going to go Flacco pick. I would go under with the public as well in this, but I'm just going to pass on it. But it's just something to watch tonight. It's like fucking wrestling. So it's going to be fun to watch the wrestling come in, all the money movement. But I'm going Flacco to get picked as part of my first leg on the underdog parlay.
So you kind of see this being as a game where Pittsburgh is the better team, probably has the lead the majority of it.
Yeah.
Cleveland's trying to come back when you're trying to or Cincinnati's is trying to come back. And when you're trying to come back, you're really not handing the ball off. You're throwing it a little bit more. The defense of Pittsburgh is really, really good. They have numerous sacks a game. So you're going to have pressure on the old fella.
Yeah.
So you're
old fella, and he likes to fucking throw it into triple coverage like Brett Favre, right? So it's like it's going to be perfect, and that's what I love about Flacco personally is he's kind of an old school quarterback. Vinny Testaverde is mentioned on the show. His stats would literally be 10 touchdown passes and like 30 picks, and he gets signed like a 10-year deal. It's like, well, that's what they used to. They used to fucking push the ball down the field. Yeah. Now it's this West Coast bullshit. Flacco's not like that, man. He's going to attack the air. He has full fucking confidence in his old ass arm, which is still good. And I think he gets picked tonight. So
I dig it. Well, I'm going to take over and go with mine here. I'm going to go from the other side of the ball. And I just think this is going to be a game where Aaron Rodgers is able to throw it pretty easily out there. He's got one receiver who's just a giant human being, massive hands. I think he's going to bring it in no problem. So I'm going to go take DK Metcalf over 64.5 yards receiving today.
You know what's interesting about Metcalf too, by the way, is his line opened at like 56.5. So he's just pounding the shit out of that too. One thing about the total I wanted to say is I think people have like the narrative in their head that Flacco, he's kind of like Winston, where he'll throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 4 picks. So I think people will automatically kind of jump on the thought that he makes a lot of things happen, but he also turns the ball over and gets pick 6 and all that kind of shit, right? That's why I think these totals jump with him in particular. Same with Winston, right? If you have the over and you have Winston, you probably feel good about it. Yeah. Because he'll either get pick 6 or throw a 60-yard touchdown, right?
He'll probably do both.
Yeah, exactly. He'll do both. And 2 times, that's 28 points. So you're in fucking business, right? So my pick of the night, though, I'm going to take TJ Watt to get a sack. He is a sack in back-to-back games. Now this is his best matchup of the year. Also a really interesting one for plus odds, plus 125. 3.5 sacks for the Steelers. Is the line tight, and they've had 4 sacks in their last, 4 sacks in each of their last 3 games, and now they're getting the worst O-line in the league. So, and if you believe the Steelers are going to be up at any time, and we think Flacco's going to air it out tonight, I think they can get to him 4 times for sure. So I'm going to take TJ Watt to get a sack. Yeah, TJ Watt sack. That's my pick for Underdog tonight.
Sean, what do you got for us? We're going for a 4-man parlay, a 4-man Underdog parlay here. We have so far TJ Watt pick. We have mine being the DK or 64.5 receiving yards. Then we have, what was the last one I missed? Flacco with the pick.
Flacco to get picked.
Yeah. Sean, what do you got?
Mine, I mean, now I'll give you the reasoning behind it after, but I think T. Higgins over 46.5 receiving yards. This is less about confidence in Joe Flacco and more about, to me, this is a game script proof pick, I guess. If the Bengals are up, the reason they're up is because of 2 guys, and it's Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. If they're down, well, guess what? Like you said, Jared, Joe Flacco is going to be slinging. So, I mean, and T. Higgins can get that in 2 catches.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be a closer game than people think, only because if you look at last week, everyone thought the Eagles -7.5 on the road in the division. It's no joke. Also, Flacco hates the Steelers and he knows them very well.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin said something this week about, the Browns, I can't believe they were so stupid in trading them. And he said, I respect the hell out of Flacco, and so I'm not saying he's scared of Flacco.
Well, he was pissed because he wanted to play Browning. Now he has to play Flacco, right?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, man.
And if you watch,
it's literally what he was saying without saying it, 100%. Right? So,
and I mean, if you when you guys were talking about the Green Bay game last week, obviously this isn't a big spread, but I don't know. Flacco, Chase Brown actually over receptions is a very interesting one too, because he will take that safe option once in a while. I don't know.
I think what you said about Joey Porter was interesting.
Oh yeah. And that was the other reason, was that now I'm not sure if he's going to shadow him or not, but Joey Porter more than likely will be on Jamar Chase, which leaves, they call him Big Play Slay, but I don't think he is that anymore, to cover T. Higgins. So, I mean, the opportunity's there.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, T. Higgins has been one of the biggest disappointments this year by far.
Yeah.
He did the same thing last year though. He was hurt, and then he came back and he was terrible. And then in the fantasy playoffs, he got 40 every week. So you never know when this guy's going to go off. He's already cost me a shitload of money this year. So I'm going to be off of him. But if he's ever going to get it tonight, this is a good game to get it, right? So.
Yep.
Okay, so what are the 4 legs here? We have DK
so
Metcalf.
We got Watt, sack, Flacco, pick, Metcalf over 64.5. We have Higgins over 46.5.
Perfect. I think that I have that on 365 as plus 825.
Perfect. Go play that now.
Or whenever you hear it, I suppose.
And Underdog, it's actually a little bit better. 9 odds, 9.08. So,
plus 908. Okay. Decimal.
One thing.
I had to switch to
I was talking to Sean last night about this, and he's a decimal guy, and I was like, man, you got to speak the language.
I switched my app to American.
Got the translator on. Got the translator on there.
Well, actually, just a little shout out, because we are now affiliated with Underdog. They have a October promotion, so anything $50 or lower is 30% boost every single time. So. If you guys want to go on Underdog and just get free boosts, literally in everything you do, it's awesome. So, and then they do have the 50% boost, which you can use too, but that's more rare. But it's called the Boo-tober, some fucking shit like that.
Yeah, the old Halloween
spooky sign.
Everything's got to be able to the seasons.
So go do that. Well, I like the play. And we are sponsored by Underdog. Now we'll have the code for you guys next week. And
I think it's 100% match on up to $500, but we'll confirm it for you guys. But that's going to be our first. You can play it on 365. You can see the sponsorship in the back there, but
ET365 there.
But they're not paying us, so
We got to go track down some of this stuff for the new people. What are we, like 7 episodes in? We're starting to finally get some advertisers.
Yeah.
We're coming together.
Yeah, Cool Bet's going to be jumping on here. Our boys at Cool Bet, some of our good buddies. So we'll have a Cool Bet. We'll have a Beisel Bros parlay as well. Bet max probably $2.75, and it's $2.75 because we can't wreck them too bad. But we'll have the own parlay. What we'll do is we'll make a Hail Mary parlay, do like a first touchdown score. Make it like 1,000,000 to 1 type thing, something stupid,
and watch it hit.
For 2 points.
Yeah, it's like those first basket parlays, right? That you guys always see on like some asshole in FanDuel puts like 38 cents to win like 100 G's, and and everybody's like, man, if I only did that, it's like, yeah, man, you have the fucking quality to do that. Yeah, and it's like the baskets like Alperinsen Goon Other. It's like, yeah, the guy got a fucking free throw to first basket plus 10,000. It's like, yeah, he's like, man, I should have fucking tailed that, man. It's like, yeah, buddy, go broke. Anyways, I have the pick of the year this week. I got to share it with you guys, man. It is just as hot as it gets. And this is the thing about this pick. I want to just jump into this. I've trashed this guy on the show since it started.
So this pick's going to be better than your Chicago Dallas pick. Sorry, Sean.
Nothing's ever going to be bad. Nothing will ever. No. Because
that was a good pick.
Yeah.
No, because I had to go to like 3 weddings, and I was like supposed to be like a model at all of them to shave my head and eyebrows. That's what I put on the line for the show. Like nothing. Okay, I'll tell you guys this right now. That Bears pick. Those kind of picks don't come around ever. The whole public, it was the most bet spread of the week, 90%. And the superior team at home was the team that nobody bet on. You're not going to get those picks very often. So, but I've trashed this guy since the show started. I've been completely cracked on. He is the worst player in the NFL. That's fact. How he was drafted is unbelievable.
I know where we're going with this one. Yeah. It only took me a couple of seconds.
I still am not getting it.
Okay.
So he's 5'8". He has no speed, no arm strength, and he's left-handed. He sucked in college. He lost the Rose Bowl by 95 points to Ohio State. It's the most pathetic game I've ever watched. The Browns will absolutely whoop Miami's ass this week, money line. That is my pick of the week by a mile. I
can't argue that one.
The Browns, and it has nothing to do with Gabriel. We just pray the ball's out of his hands. Just throw it to Fan in the flat.
Let Judkins go.
Yeah, I know people are going to be all over Judkins rush. It'll probably be the most rigged prop of the week, but they're going to be able to run the ball. I don't care who it is. Samson, Ford, doesn't matter. They're going to control the ball. Their run D is elite. That's the only thing they're good at as well. So Tua's going to have to force a throw in that game. And the Browns always at home are alive, dog, man. I think they're one of the better home teams in the NFL. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going Browns money. I'm riding with Gabriel this week. So
Browns money line.
Okay, I have a question though. So what you're saying is that they're gonna get their. What's his stat line in this game? I'd probably say he'll be like 19 of like 28 for like 190 yards and a touchdown. I don't think he might get picks. He's fucking terrible. But I think Fannon's gonna have a big and Judkins gonna have a big, and they're gonna win. They'll win by 7. They might win by 3. Might win by 10. Like I don't have like a prediction on the score. I think they'll win this football game. Okay, and then my next question is what's on the line for you? Because last week we had Giants, right? And I said it was a borderline. We were going to go eat your Baba's panties, which will be a segment, by the way. My Baba does watch this, and she says we say fuck too much. Sorry again, Baba. But this is my question to you. Where does this rank on shaving your head, Bears, to the next stage is eating a piece of your Baba's panties? Where does this pick rank for you strength wise for all the viewers? Because they're going to be pounding this, obviously. Where does it rank strength wise for you? The thing is like the Bears Dallas game, that's 5-star blowout winner. I tried to put as much money as I could on it, obviously, as we're as limited as we are, but
I mean, I was publicly going to be shaved everywhere. Like, every part of my body was going to be shaved publicly on camera with the
It's funny because Sean was going to do it, and here he thought it was just the head.
Yeah. No, Sean was going to shave every ounce.
Wax.
Everything that could be waxed was going to be shaven with the 365 logo above my head. So, no, like, I mean, I'd say it's like 4.25 stars. I'm very confident in this pick. So,
Okay. Yeah, because last week the Giants for me was a borderline Baba Panty pick. So that's like a 4.7 star. I would only sacrifice the Panties if it's 5, which I haven't seen this week specifically. But I like that you said that. And I actually, again, me and you rarely disagree. I like the pick. I also think Gabriel sucks, not even like in the same stratosphere as you think he sucks nuts, which is great. That's why, it's a hot take, but yeah, just say if Doug Flutie lost his legs and Jeff George, you gave Jeff George Tua's arm strength. That's who Dylan Gabriel is. It's
Chad Pennington's arm.
Yeah. So if you took Alex Smith's hand size with Chad Pennington's arm strength, and Deshaun Watson's off the field decision making. No, I'm serious, you guys. Dylan Gabriel being the NFL is an insult, man. It's an insult to guys who played college football that didn't get drafted. They're fucking stocking shelves right now, like Kurt Warner. It's a disgrace that he's in the NFL, man. He has no tool. He's a fucking clown too, man. Making fun of my boy Shadur, like he's always belittling him and shit. I can't stand this guy.
He's got what you call a punchable face.
Yeah, he does.
In my opinion.
And it's absolutely just Brown's money line this week.
Shout out to Kurt Warner for doing the single mom thing and succeeding with it, because that was a hard uptaking.
Yeah, I dig it.
I believe Kurt Warner stepped up, man. Like, hey? Yeah, dude, he stepped up. He's been married to that chick forever. And she's
Brenda.
she got like 3 kids, man. And he just stepped up. I mean, Kurt Warner, like, he's an OG, man. Mm-hmm. See, there's a guy with some talent, unlike Dylan Gabriel, man.
Yeah, he was a part of the greatest offense of all time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. The Rams, right? Arizona. Everywhere he went, it was successful, right?
I dig
it. Was
it.
the greatest show on turf, right?
Yeah. I dig it. Well, that's Thursday covered, I think. And we've dipped our toe in what possibly is the roughest season I've had as a Dolphins fan in a while.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. We'll figure things out as we go. What else we have for Sunday? I told Sean to come with a Sunday pick and a Thursday pick, so he's got one in his pocket still.
Yeah, Sean, what are you thinking, buddy?
So it's not going to be a sexy pick. Well, I'll give you my kind of off the board one after. Yeah. And I like doing this lots just because it kind of adds value on the bigger spreads. But Chiefs, either minus 0.5 or minus 3.5 up at the half. I would bet my mortgage on it.
Okay, so so Chiefs money line in the first half.
I mean, you could go money line, or you could bump it up to even. I would even go as high as 6.5. Like 6.5 gets you to basically even odds.
Yeah.
It's like for money line, it's I think minus 280.
Yeah,
which not great, but if you parlay that with full game, say minus 9.5, then it makes it a little bit easier and it gets you close to even money. And I mean, let's be honest, I'm gonna hate saying this because I don't want it to happen, but the Chiefs are gonna be good for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that where are we at the point now where the Chiefs are kind of sort of back? Because
Worthy, Rice, and Hollywood, I mean, Hollywood's whatever, but they've never seen the field together. I mean, I used to think back when Brady was kind of, in his prime, the Pats would start 2-4, 1-3, whatever. Everyone was like, oh, this is the year they're going to shit the bed. What would happen? Super Bowl. Like I just, and because the AFC's a bit weaker this year with Burrow going out, the Ravens, struggling. I don't see a path where it's not Bills Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Like
You believe in the Bills still?
I do. I mean, I think it's good because they should theoretically have home field. Now, I mean, if it'll be the second time that they lose 4 straight if the Chiefs beat them in the AFC Championship, but
they're not even first place in the AFC East.
No.
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots are like, don't get me wrong, Drake May, he's going to be really good. I think they're a well-coached team. They're still a couple years away, though. I mean, yes.
So you're saying Bills win the division still?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, interesting. You know, I was looking at the schedule. I think they're going to be 2 games up on the Bills. They're going to whoop the Titans' ass, and they have like this somebody at home. There's somebody terrible at home. Yeah, they're probably going to be 6-2, man.
See, I was going to say that's my other interesting wild pick was the Titans to cover
with the new coach.
With the new coach,
and I like it. Yeah.
And it's +7. So if you want to bump it to 7.5, whatever, get some juice on it, that's fine. But it could be a backdoor scenario.
Totally.
The Titans even did that to the Raiders. I live bet them, I think +11.5 at halftime, and they barely covered that, but they did.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
No, I'm totally on I love that narrative. When
Titans this week, Browns next week for the record for the Patriots.
Okay. Yeah. They're at home, right? For the Pats?
Yeah. The Browns is at home.
Yeah.
And the Titans on the road.
I agree with Sean. The new head coach narrative is always the best, especially in football. It's an all effort. You want to play for the guy kind of sport, right? And I see, with the new, I don't know who have they named a new head coach?
Mike McCoy.
Okay.
Old Chargers head coach.
Okay. Perfect.
Offensive guy. So
yeah. You know what? I agree with Sean. 7.5 at home. I think people are going to be pounding the Patriots. They'll be probably rigged too, which is perfect. So, one other little side pick. Now that you said about the Chiefs, Rashee Rice to get 60 yards is even yards. I think he'll get 100. They're not going to ease him in.
No, Patrick's going to be pounding.
They didn't release his receptions because, it'll be the most bad on thing, but they're not going to. It's already read reports they're not going to ease him, and I'm serious. He was the best player in fantasy last year. Number
one. He wasn't
1
hurt either, so it's like he's healthy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like he was rehabbing. He's just a criminal, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like
half the league is.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's been there before, so like their timing or whatever should be fine.
Yeah, and he was
it didn't scare him straight.
Yeah, I mean he's in jail with all his buddies, anyways. Who gives a shit? And he's gonna go off this week, man.
And the Raiders allow the 5th most receiving yards to wide receivers and the 4th most receptions to wide receivers.
Yeah, I honestly, you pretty much stole, like you didn't steal it out of my mouth. I think that's probably the pick of the week this week, man. Like let's just pound the fuck out of that. And I would do a ladder on that too. I do 60, I do 70, I do 80, I do 90, and just kind of sprinkle in little things there because.
So you do that like individually, right?
Yeah.
Like just 50, whatever. Like,
yeah. I think you guys are right. Like, I mean, he was like a Justin Jefferson to me personally in fantasy. So to get him at 60 yards, and again, right, he was just sitting in his cell. So, well, he wasn't even in a cell, but let's just pretend he was in a cell. He just had the monitor on his ankle, but yeah, which is fine, right? You can still do squats and push-ups. Yeah, exactly, man, 100%. So he's good to go. And Hollywood's been okay. Worthy's actually been decent.
I think this will help Worthy.
Totally, man. Yeah. And Kelsey he's been decent too. He runs like an offensive lineman now, but that's okay because he's still crafty and
he blames it all on Taylor's
and he is like Satan behind him, which is amazing, right? So that's perfect. Yeah. And I think that a touch on Worthy is he can kind of go back to his role of he's like Matthew Golden, but a little bit better, right? Just kind of like a deep shot guy, whereas like now Rice can play his role where he just is underneath, way better route runner than Worthy, bigger, better hands, all that shit. So,
and it's another red zone target. Like,
exactly.
I mean, him and Kelsey in the Reds, like their offense, and their defense has always been good.
Totally. And I have to say, I bet the Chiefs at plus 1,200 to win the Super Bowl 3 weeks. So I didn't even give a shit. They were 1-2 or whatever. So I knew if they could just be 500, Rice comes back, they'll finish. I still think Denver's going to win the division. I'm just going to stand on that for the rest of the season. I said that at the start. I still think they're going to win the division based off the fact that they always give the Chiefs trouble, but now they actually have the defense, coaching, and quarterback to actually get that road win in Arrowhead, which they never do. Right. So I'm still going to stand on Broncos to win that division, but I agree with Sean. It's going to, I think the Chiefs will be in the AFC. championship. But I don't know about the Bills, man. Their D sucks. They don't have a star receiver. I'm a little bit, I'm like disappointed in the Bills. I actually think the Pats could win that division. Drake May looks unreal, and they're probably going to add a receiver. And they have way easier schedule than the Bills, man, down the stretch. So
as a guy who's watched the AFC East for fucking years and years and years, the Bills always Bills. They eventually do something shitty. I've seen them go 8-0 in the first 8 games under Rex Ryan. Their defense is some of the greatest you've ever seen. And then somehow they go 0-8 and they ended up at 8-8. It's absolutely insane. So I will sit here and say the Bills are eventually going to Bills before they lift the Lombardi. So if they were to lose this division, if they lose the division, man, you got to start thinking about changes there somewhere. I don't know if it starts with the coach. I definitely do not move your quarterback unless you want to send him to Miami, in which case, no problem. We'll take that any day. Otherwise, you've got some good pieces there. I just don't know how they bring it together, how they can't just bring it together. He looked like shit against Atlanta.
Yeah. It's kind of like it seems like they have some like curse of the Billy Goat going on, like the Cubs did. Like, obviously the 4 Super Bowls and what Bill stands for, right? Like, I remember when what was the guy, Davis, the receiver? What's the first name? Gabe Davis. Yeah. Remember when he scored with like 14 seconds left? He's wide fucking open, and then the Chiefs completed 2 passes to Hill, and Kelce kicked a 50-some yard field goal and then beat them. It's like these guys literally can't get over the hump. I'm with Randy. I mean the Falcons game I think was actually a bad matchup for them, and the spread was only 3 points. Right, it's a road game. They did look like shit. Bijan like just completely like ripped them a new asshole. Unfortunately. And which, watching a couple of his runs, you realize that he is far and away the best running back in the NFL nowadays. So
that was only the Bills. I was looking and it shocked me too, but it was only their second road game of the season.
Yep.
And I mean, going on the road
with no Kincaid, that makes a big difference. For sure. Man. And I mean,
now I guess do I think McDermott's a good coach? Not really. I think that they probably need to make a move for a receiver at some point or somebody.
Well, Keon Coleman's just not coming together the way they wanted.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were relying on, man. I think they wanted a big second-year leap out of him, but and Shakir, man, like go get Jacoby Myers, man. He's way better than
Chris
Shakir.
Olave or something. I heard rumblings about. Just
they need help, man. They need help, man.
I just think like if they don't win the division, I don't see a world where they don't get into the playoffs. And let's say they had to go to New England or something. Again, I think Drake May's good. I have this argument with a couple of my buddies that are Pats fans. Mm-hmm. They like to tell me that Drake May is better than Dak Prescott. Whatever. I hear it all the time.
Hold on. Yeah. Whoa. You keep talking about this computes in my brain.
They say currently that Drake May, because the Pats are 4-2 and the Cowboys are 2-3-1, that Drake May is a better quarterback now this season than Dak Prescott, which is he's not going to win MVP, but let's be honest, he's having a great year. And I tell them all the time, I say, listen, Drake May is good. I actually have him on a couple of fantasy teams. I bet him. I just don't think that this is the year that they're going to they might go to the playoffs, but they're going to be one and done.
No, that's fair. Totally.
So if the Bills even have to go on the road to New England, I still think the Bills win that game. Josh Allen is just Josh Allen. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's hard to sit here and disagree with that. Here we go. I think
he does it quietly now.
Yeah. That's I fucking can't stand watching Dak, that fucking play call.
They also gave up the cadence. It was when
hold on. Okay. Before I answer this question for all the fans, right now, who would you rather have? I know they're different age on your team for the next 5 to 10 years. Who are you taking? I know Dak might not even last that long, but if you are given the opportunity to have Drake May or Dak on your team, just
for 5 years?
No, just right now, going forward and for the future.
I did this with Tony Romo, and I'm going to stand by my boy. I'll take Dak.
Dude, that's nuts to me personally.
Hey, you have to be nuts to be a Cowboys fan. Let's be honest.
I think if you have a team that's Super Bowl ready, I think Dak might be their better option because I think he may be better under the pressure, under the lights, and a Super Bowl stage right now. But if you have a team where kind of like where New England's at right now, as much as it kills me to say this stuff, I think that's a guy. You want the youth, you want the potential and the runway of his career ahead of him still. Whereas if you had Dak there and with New England's team, I think by the time the rest of the team catches up, Dak's probably at a point of past his best before date.
Yeah.
So I think to have your quarterback kind of grow with the team, maybe even be a year or two behind the rest of them is probably your best equation.
I'm going to do, this is going to be a little bit of a bold take for your little buddies there from New England that love him. I'm going to agree with your boys on this. This is why Drake May looks like just a little, like, I know this is kind of going to sound crazy. He kind of looks like a little bit shittier version of Andrew Luck. Like he's that good, man. He's that good.
He's got the good legs and everything.
Yes, he reminds me of Andrew Luck, and in your buddies at like the Pats, I would be just ecstatic that they have this guy. I know Dak's having a good year because their defense literally is worse than I don't know the Tiger Cats. I don't fucking know. You know, like
when Jerry says we're going to trade for a pass rusher, it's like why? We had one. I honestly, Drake May reminds me of Andrew Luck, man. That's such an incredible compliment. Andrew Luck was, I mean, if he would have stayed healthy and all that, he was generational. I think he's probably the best prospect probably of all time, honestly, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't think there's who's a better prospect than Andrew Luck. Seriously. Like quarterback?
Well, my mind goes like you have to go deep, right? So obviously, you're thinking Elway and Marino, like when they were obviously Marino didn't. I know he did, but I'm just saying like there was a lot of hype behind that. Vic was a high end prospect too, right? I'm trying to think of a guy right now in the next minute who's the better prospect, playing quarterback or any position.
I think there's one in Jacksonville. I don't think it worked out. But going into his career, they kept saying how Lawrence was going to be generational. And I remember Luck getting a lot of tire pumping, but I don't think it was quite as much as Trevor Lawrence has. However, I'd take Andrew Luck in his NFL career over Trevor Lawrence any day of the week.
Yeah, Lawrence definitely had a lot of hype even out of high school. I knew who he was, especially the way he looks, right?
It was his hair.
Characteristic. Sunshine. Yeah, sunshine.
the days and confused.
You know what? I don't know if you look up a draft grade or anything, I guarantee you Andrew Luck's the highest. And you know why? The reason is he went first overall when a year where RG3. The thing is RG3 on the Heisman, he was fucking unreal. Yeah. And he still didn't go first. And you have to remember, Andrew Luck played for Stanford. Yeah. Like he didn't play for fucking USC or like Miami or any of these big schools, Alabama and the SEC, Georgia, right? He played in that pro style in Stanford. I don't even know who his number one target was when he was in college. I couldn't even name him. Was Toby Gerhardt there with him? I don't think so. Yeah, so I don't even know. Like Andrew, this thing about Andrew Luck, okay, he was 6'4.5", 240 pounds, faster than Aaron Rodgers, and he had the arm strength of I don't know.
Yeah, he could throw the ball a mile.
Like I mean, he was a virgin, which is great. Yes. No partying, no bullshit off the field, man. Like I mean, this guy was creating a lab to play quarterback.
Well, and I think that you touched on all those measurables, which I mean, obviously. That's all the scouts go by nowadays.
Yeah.
But the one underrated thing about Andrew Luck, and I will agree with you, he probably is the best prospect to come out in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
But his brain was the most underrated thing.
Yeah.
I would say half these quarterbacks that get drafted, the scouts look way past that, and half of them can't read a goddamn defense.
That's because everything's different now in college.
Well, they're good at running, they're good at whatever, but you get them to go through their progressions. They can't.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Andrew Luck, again, Stanford boy, his dad, smart as hell guy.
Yeah.
It's just, he knew how to play the position.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, that's why I say like an RG3 athletic, obviously injuries, he failed. Look at a guy like Lamar. Great. He's won an MVP. There's a reason he probably will never win a Super Bowl. It's because he doesn't have the brain.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, okay, he could.
Whoa.
And he'll switch to...
Hey, that's why we have this show. I love that, man. Lamar doesn't have the brain. That's arguable, right? I mean,
that's fair.
Super Bowl, and you just check no for plus, like, what, 150 at least. Like, I wish you could do those. You know how the guys in the UK, like, bet on their kids to, like, play soccer and fucking golf?
Drake May will win a Super Bowl before before Lamar. Let's put it that way.
I don't disagree with that, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I remember I put a bet in. I don't even know what the site was. This is probably 2012-ish, 2013, that Ricky Fowler would never win a major. Remember putting like $100? That was a lot of money back then. And I watched a video. Some boomer put a video out on YouTube how because he rode motocross as a kid, that his neck was so fucked up he couldn't keep his head still enough to make big putts. I was like, well, I have to pound. No,
Wow.
this is Jared's greatest take of all time because Fowler finished. I believe it was 2015. He finished in the top 5 of
In
every major.
Runner up in a couple.
And Jared would tell every person he met, we'd be at some fucking gala, like drinking wine, and he'd be like, "Yeah, Ricky Fowler's never gonna win a major," and every guy just looked at him like he was an idiot. And it's the hottest, take ever, and this guy has prevailed, and Ricky he literally has a 0% chance of ever winning a major.
Is that bet still like in play?
Yeah. So
Like
I have some. You know what I'll do is aliens to be.
Is that on Wazamba or?
So it wasn't on Wazamba. No, it wasn't on Wazamba, boys. No, I regrettably shout out to Wazamba, but
we gotta get their side of it.
I'll call Wazamba for sure. We have a love-hate relationship. I'll call them. Yeah. I don't think they're mob run either, which is nice. So we could definitely strike a deal. But what I did was, I also there's been some crazy bets. Like there are certain sites like Bet22 as an example has some of the craziest lines. Like I took Tiger to impregnate Caitlin Clark for plus 6,600. That was one of my best picks. I took aliens to touchdown before 2026 I took Tebow.
Can that be retroactive?
Because
it happens in 2028 when we find out. But then they're like, okay, honestly, the first one was actually in 77.
Totally, man. Yeah. I've made some. You can't parlay any of it. Like I wanted to parlay Tiger
and the aliens.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just for extra value, but
I thought betting late night table tennis was full blown degenerate.
Dude, okay,
no. We'll take a step up
here. Can we just touch on that for 30 seconds? Have you guys actually watched the late night table tennis? Have you watched it?
Yes, I have.
It's like dude, it is.
And that, folks, is me admitting I'm a degenerate.
For the viewers, if you
sorry, Mom.
No, for the viewers, anybody that's listening, like, please. If you're up at 2 a.m., it's Halloween's coming. Maybe you're going to get wasted, whatever. There could be a situation where you're up. Go to ping pong or table tennis, whatever it's listed. It's listed table tennis on 365. Go click the stream. Go to like Slovakia or Russia. It looks like you're like fat, like uncle playing. Like it's like these guys with like garage of smoke. No, like there's actual cigarette smoke in a garage. I'm dead serious. And they let you put thousands on this. There's like a marine layer of just guys just smoking darts, and you're laying $1,500 of useless Canadian quid. It's like unbelievable, buddy. Like it's like unbelievable, man. Yeah. I mean, I've put in, like, as we've talked on the show, I've put in some crazy bets on this show. I bet on this Guatemalan soccer game. It was 5v5, and it was on this slanted field. So, like, the guys would shoot on that. It was like getting, like Nieuwendyk to deflect your shot in front.
Is it supposed to be slanted, or is this just
no, like they didn't have it because it flooded the night before.
There you go. Okay, that's
the only place they could play is they just set up 2 nets, and you're pounding thousands of dollars on this slanted field. And it was like Franzen and Nieuwendyk screening your goalie in front. They would kick and it would hit like a mound and deflect up. I was like, well, the over is so in play here. That's so much fun, man. I've never had more fun in my entire life than betting on slanted Guatemalan 5v5.
You're not living unless you do that.
Yeah, well, once the mudslide hit, it was like it was over, right? You know, they say it's the land of eternal springs. So you get these, difficult situations, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, I bet on Kamala at plus 10,000 in the election because I heard some truck pulled up to a truck stop in Pennsylvania with hidden ballots, for fuck's sake. So exactly. I heard the Admiral drilled there. Did you hear about that? Yeah, no, I heard it. Yeah, okay. Well, that's another story for another day. Yeah. The Spurs, the whole team took them on. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Kamala was probably my biggest bet of all time, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? I had this crazy. I got to tell you guys this plan I had. Obviously I wanted Trump to win. I'll just be straight up. Like, I mean, I'm not like gonna sigh. I think both because he's on Epstein. Can I say that?
We all know he was there.
Well, Trump's on Epstein's list. I'm not a Trump guy either, but I had this unbelievable plan. I was gonna wait till because remember when Biden? Okay, we got to tell that story. Biden was plus 12,005. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, I'll tell the story because this is how this changed my entire life. I had a mushroom trip that changed my life, and this changed my life. And this was one of the aha moments. We had hockey at Nate, which is a college here in Edmonton. We played hockey at Nate, and we went to the BPs, and the election was on, and you know, lots of the boomers I was with, like, they're all rich guys. They're all big investors in gold, oil, and obviously they're cheering for Trump. And live, Trump was minus 10,000. Okay. And
This is his first term?
Yeah, the first term in 2016. And Biden was plus 6,600. And that's how I knew it was over. These guys are telling me, look, it's over. He won some of these like middle states. And sorry, this is 2020. This is 26. This is 2020. It's 2020. Yeah, sorry, 2020. 2016 he won. 2020 and live Biden was plus 6,600. And Trump went to minus 12,500. Biden went to plus 10,000. And of course, I was cheering for Trump over Biden. I'll just be open about that. But, as things progressed, I had a weird feeling that, something maybe was off about it. But I was like, whatever. I wasn't like that into the election. And of course, Biden ended up coming back and winning. And that, for me, is the first live plus 10,000 I've ever seen hit. It's the only live plus 10,000 I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've scoured these books for years and years and years, man. It's the only time it's ever happened. So, and I'll let you tell the Kamala thing because that's kind of how I knew the world was fucking rigged, man. And it actually made me a better sports bettor too. Anytime it was just like the Green Bay Dallas game. Dallas in round United opinion, they're the worst team in the NFL. No, sorry, Sean. And Green Bay is one of the best. And you saw in the first quarter, like it was like dissecting like a U12 team. Yep. And then all of a sudden it just tied 40-40. You lose all your money line bets. You lose all monies were lost in that game. Obviously the over came in, whatever, but you can kind of tell when you're watching wrestling, which made me a better sports bettor. It's the same thing with the Giants last week. That's why I love the Giants. This is kind of a rant now, but that Biden thing changed my life, man. You will
like the Montreal screw job.
Exactly. It was the screw job, man. Obviously Bret Hart was going to WCW. Yeah. And, Michaels was the face.
Gotta get it one well, you have to, yeah.
But it's true though, man. Like that makes company sense. Michaels deserves the title. Bret Hart. I mean, we're in Alberta. I'm not gonna make a comment about him, but he was overrated as fuck, man. Michaels all fucking day long.
Oh,
man.
I was a big HBK.
Yeah. Guy too, 100%. Anyways, plus 10,000 Biden live, which led to the Kamala bet on, and it's an unfortunate one. This is a thing, I just want to just touch because how big of a controversy was like the stolen election debate, huge. Right? And, I talk to a lot of liberals all the time. They're everywhere, right? And I always would bring up that story. And they would never, ever have a response to that. They're like, that is such an interesting take because it's just all conspiracy, right? And the reason I thought it actually was stolen is because of that. Yeah. I had a guy who's done this since 2002, okay? I've never seen it, and I've still never seen it. So that was the interesting part. The only part about Kamala, this is just way off topic. I knew Bitcoin would sink if she won, so I put 2 G's on her plus 10,000. Paid or not plus 10,000 plus 6,600. Paid like fucking no 2 G's. 60 to 1. Yeah. Okay. Right. And as soon as Bitcoin sank because she won, that was my master plan. I don't know why I shared that, but that was my master plan. And
that's what we're here for.
And I was on Twitter and some asshole to tweet out some truck stop. The ballots were kind of fucking, I was like, perfect. I stayed up till 3 a.m. And obviously, I was absolutely decimated. But I mean, these elections, it reminds me of Lord of the Rings and the Green guys. And Aragorn goes and gets the sword and it summons the dead guys. They just kind of wipe out all the orcs. That's how the election seems to me. You get about 30 million dead voters in Arizona. They died like 1914. They just pounded Kamala money line. So, yeah, or Biden
one of my
money
uncles.
line.
He made over the course of the 2 years or whatever leading up. Kamala, or I guess like Biden, Kamala, like, and he was sure. He's like, Sean, he's like, even if you don't want to pick her to win president, pick her to win the popular vote. That didn't happen either.
Yeah.
I put a couple $100 on it. Yeah, we bet on politics here too.
You bet elections. One of my girlfriends, and she's like on the conservative party in Canada, she like picks like high percentage. She picked like some bum in the US, Buttigieg. We'll get her on get her on the show for the politics section. Obviously, she'll be our specialist for that. But
sometime after the Super Bowl is over, we have
when
nothing
you're
to really talk
betting
about.
politics, man, you're a degen. Hey, what about Guatemalan mudslide soccer? It doesn't get any worse than that, man. Like, or the Marine Lair ping pong match between your two uncles. Me and Sam Desmond go get a fresh bottle and just bet Korean baseball. You couldn't name one player. I mean, it just gets as dirty and degen as it gets, but that's what we love, right?
Hey, we got to thank that Korean baseball for getting us through part of the COVID.
Totally,
There
man.
was nothing going on, and then all of a sudden, Korean baseball, you could find it, and then like even TSN's like, well, we got nothing else. Fire that on at 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, totally. What was
better than marble racing?
Oh man.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. I can see it in my head now.
On it, but I definitely watched it.
So I love marble racing. Is there anything better than smoking a greasy dart and betting virtual greyhound? Seriously, man.
The Greyhounds.
Yo, okay, go on 365 day and start betting virtual hounds. Says Santa's little helper money line. Just go fucking pound it right now.
You heard it here first.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I think we had a nice, successful Thursday, I suppose it is. I think we have some picks here for everyone to help everyone make some money. We haven't really kept track of our numbers, but I'm fairly certain the picks we've actually put
They're
out,
ridiculously
we've
good.
done a pretty good job
We
here.
even had like Rams. I gave Rams and what was it, 40? It was second half under, and it hit by about half point. Like anything we've said is pretty much it's been good without being a cocky asshole. It's been good.
Yeah, it's been pretty good for our first season.
Fucking rich.
Yeah, for our first season, I think we've done pretty good.
I gotta ask, how much did you guys end up? Well, you don't have to tell me, but how much did you guys end up putting on Steelers to win the division? Like I know you guys are talking about Mexico.
Okay, so I probably have $4,000 worth of parlays and $2,000 was my max bet on them. Just to win.
I do think, like, I mean, even though tonight's game, if essentially if they win tonight's game.
Is it over? You think?
Basically over.
It was plus 180 when we talked about it. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Today, our odds of last night is minus 160.
Because we wanted the whole nation, everybody in the studio. We wanted to do a Mexico trip. Everybody puts a G, and I think when I mentioned it to Rick, it was plus 180. But when I bet it, maybe on Wednesday or Tuesday, it was I have one for plus 220. Wow. That was the highest it was. So, you're right, Sean. If they win tonight. The thing is, Lamar, their defense is so bad. Lamar is turned into like a Dak gunslinger, which he isn't. So that team's cooked. They're fucked. Henry's 95 years old. It's over, man. The Steelers have completely won this division, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm going to sit here and keep going on my Steelers to win the division, Rams to win the division, and Demidov 70 points.
And how many does he have?
He is 3 in 4 games. Yeah. This thing about Demidov, on the road, he'll probably have 10 points. At home, he'll have 100. So, like, we got to play
110, let's go.
He's automatic at home, man.
Perfect. Well, I think having said that, we're probably done for another week. We are going to take another swing at the stream on Monday night. I would say we're probably a little bit better odds than the last couple times. So try and find us there. And if not, we'll see everybody on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
All right.